After almost 2 months on the road, we are finally getting the hang of things with our new fifth wheel camper. That being said, we're back to the basics this video while we're camping in the Boston Mountains of northwest Arkansas. The weather is cold, the nature is gorgeous, and we're having some time to ourselves before spending time with family for the holidays. We're Connor and Amelia. Welcome to Living Large Camping. Just pulled into the check-in station here at Lake Fort Smith State Park. I have a feeling we should have plenty of availability, but we didn't check online. We just rolled in here. It is 4:15. We're gonna go see what sites they have available and then pick one out for the next 4 nights. Should be good. Sunny and 50s here in northwest Arkansas. Cold nights, but we'll take the sunshine.
We honestly are very lucky with the weather this week because the last few weeks it has been cloudy, windy, and in the 20s. In about a week, I think there is going to be a wind chill that makes it feel like it is 10 degrees. So we are making sure to soak up these bluebird days. It's really nice. We love this park. We've been a handful of times before. There's not that many spots, but we're not too worried about that because we are off-season camping and it's during the winter time. So it'll most likely be us with maybe 2 or 3 other campers. We'll see. We know we at least have one neighbor tonight. And we love that it's a truck camper. What do we get?
All right. Site 27 and 4 nights. She didn't tell me how many people were here, so we're about to go find out.
I guessed about 2 or 3.
Yeah, probably not many. It's nice. They have like 30 sites, and some of them have 50 amp and sewer. Some have just electric and water. So we went with electric and water because we don't need to dump our tanks within 4 nights.
These spots are so easy to back in. Connor is just doing it right now. Usually I get out to just make sure and check everything, but don't really need to do that. We're obviously gonna go check right now, but
they're nice.
Doesn't take too many takes.
Relatively level, but they're wide open and easy to get in and out of.
Yeah. We just drove to our site and there are 4 other campers here. So I'd say pretty good. Level?
Yeah.
Not level?
Just kind of go to the back end, that way we take up all the place.
Great.
Cool. And then, one on each.
Okay.
Just make sure, yeah, we should be fine.
We can probably go back far enough.
Yeah, should be good.
Great.
Here we go.
The sun is dropping already and I had to throw Connor's puffy on because mine's in the camper right now. And for any of those that also relate, when the men are backing it up, we definitely get a little bit colder or deal with the elements more than they do since they're in the nice warm truck. So I gotta bundle up just a little bit. We just put 1 block down on each tire on the left side, and it's actually kind of funny because everywhere we've pulled in, for the most part, we've had to at least put 1 block out to level our camper, even when they're paid or cement campsites. Seems funny.
Nice thing is the frame of this back window is the most level part of the camper, so we just come around here, and if this is looking level, then the inside is level, so we don't have to put the steps down and go in the camper and check it on there. So that's nice and handy. Looks good here. We're gonna get unhooked and level out the front to back.
This is my favorite part, but it does take a little while.
Takes a minute. Yeah.
And we've learned, hopefully, this time to use more of the legs than less. Brr! I miss the sun. Whoa. Good. 5 minutes later, the sun is gone and we are all hooked up. That was pretty good timing.
Timed it pretty well, because the second that sun goes down, it sure cools off quick. Thankfully, it's supposed to be in the 50s the next couple of days, but 50s does not necessarily mean warm.
Well, it is 45 out and 50 degrees in this camper, so I believe that calls for turning this heater on. Slide's already out, as you can probably tell, so we did that. Let's go see what else needs to be set up outside before it gets colder.
We flew to Chicago last weekend for a friend's wedding, and the temperatures here were in the 20s, so we sort of like half winterized the camper, which means there's no water in it right now, and the bypass for the hot water heater is closed. So I'm gonna put some water in our fresh water tank. The park has asked us not to leave the city water connections on overnight to try to reduce the risk of them freezing and busting. So we're gonna fill the tank. I need to close the bypass valve on the hot water heater, get that filled up, and I need to make sure the low point drains are closed. But it should be easy, just a quick little half winterization. The water heater bypass is kind of in a weird spot over here. It's underneath this panel that you have to take out. I wish it was easier to access, but not the end of the world. I would show you guys, but I can't even see it myself, so all on feel. All right, I'm gonna plug the water in. If you just want to stand here, and we'll put 20 gallons, 30 gallons in.
Okay.
Cool.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll stand on water duty. It is always something we joke about, because we're like, if we just left the hose and no one knew and someone turned it on, that would suck if it came out and just covered you in cold water. It's probably pretty chilly. Yeah, I'm ready. Now I feel like I jinxed myself and that's gonna happen to me. Is it going? I don't know. Sounds like it's dribbling. Oh yeah. Yeah, now it's good.
It is weird on this camper because they put the freshwater tank fill on the passenger side, or like the camp side of this camper. I don't know why they didn't put it on the hookup side, because that would make more sense. It's where all the campers in the past have been. Thankfully we haven't had an issue with not being able to reach it over here yet, but just odd. Quirky. Alright, there's some in there now. I'm gonna turn the pump on so it'll fill the hot water tank, and now I gotta make sure the low point drains are shut.
I thought you just did that.
Well, I can't figure that out until I turn the pump on, because there's no water on the line, so.
Okay.
I looked at it, but I realized I couldn't actually see anything. Now we get to go see if it's draining out the dock or not.
Whew. I think we'd hear it before we'd see it.
Probably.
You want your dinner? Ooh. You would think we never feed them, but I promise we do. So we'll try to see the view while we can. And just like that, everything is set up inside and outside. I believe we got here around 4:30 and it's already 5:03. So I'd say that was pretty quick and easy. It's fun to just put out Christmas decor, but when it's not Christmas time, setup will be even easier. Shall we go walk the pup?
Yeah, the sun's already down, but it's only getting colder. We need to take Brock on a walk, so we're gonna do that now while we can do it without headlamps. At least for part of it. It gets so dark here so fast. Ugh.
We love it.
We love it. We love it. That's so great. We're back from our walk, and for dinner we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to do pasta because it's the fastest and the warmest option that we have. Probably put some spinach and maybe some chickpeas or garbanzo beans in there to give it some extra flavor, but it's going to be good. I'm excited. It's 40 degrees outside, and we're kind of tucked in the valley here, so all of the cold air falls off the mountains and kind of slides and settles on this campground, so it's colder than it feels like it should be outside, but we're warm in the camper. So we're gonna get dinner made now, that way it can be an early night here. We kind of had a late morning, so we didn't have lunch, but we're hungry, and it's only 5 o'clock, but that's okay. That's part of the winter camping routine.
Well, I was just chatting with my mom and catching up with her, and all of a sudden, dinner's ready. So thank you, Chef. Ooh, this looks good.
It does look good. I gotta unbungee our chairs.
Oh, that's funny.
Keep them bungee corded at the bottom so they don't move around while we travel. And it's pretty easy to forget. But this looks great.
Ooh, and these are the fun noodles.
Yeah, they're nice and big. Yeah, a little milk and a little cream cheese in there to make it.
Ooh. Okay.
Just a little. Change it up.
This tastes really good.
Yeah.
You have chicken sausage?
Yeah, I cut one up.
Oh.
I was just
Full of
scouring
surprises.
Yeah, I just kept finding stuff in the fridge. I don't know. Good morning. It's about 5:40, and part of the reason that we chose Lake Fort Smith State Park is because it's only about 15 or 20 minutes away from my dad's property. If you've been around on the channel for a long time, you've seen us camp there a few times. It's the place with the cargo trailer and the nice deck overlooking the little river. My dad is on his way to pick me up because he and I are going hunting together this morning. I went hunting here last year, and it was kind of a test for Amelia and myself because I think it's a really sustainable way to provide meat for us for the year, and Amelia and I spent the last 12 months eating it and making some great meals from it. So we're doing that again because we loved it. And again, it's very sustainable, and it's a really cool way for me to appreciate the land that my dad has and some nice bonding time for the two of us. So it is only bow season. I'll be shooting with a crossbow today because I don't really have many bow hunting skills, but it's only 32 degrees outside right now, so shouldn't be too cold up there. All right, I'm headed out this morning. Of course, I have a nice warm tea to help while I'm sitting there, but Amelia's gonna have a nice morning here, so I'll see you guys when we get back.
Go ahead. Come in. It hasn't warmed up that much since Connor has left, and that is a little crazy to me. It is only 40 degrees right now, and Connor left and he said it was like 35, but the sun's out, so hopefully that means it feels a little bit warmer in the sun. We just made the bed, had a nice chill morning, relaxing in bed together, obviously Barky and I, and now it's time to take him on a walk. Hopefully it's not too cold, but a little movement will do us both some good. You ready? Go. Careful, you okay? It's a little bit past noon. Bark and I were just hanging out. We had a little bit of a late breakfast, did some work, and now we're going to maybe head out on a hike. The bathrooms are close by, so I'm going to turn my phone Wi-Fi on and see what we can look up. So while I'm in there, I figured I'd take you guys for a bathroom review. So I would say these bathrooms are pretty nice. There are 2 sinks, 3 bathroom stalls, and 2 showers. The one thing that I will say I do not like is one of the showers has no door, just 2 curtains, and for privacy and showering in a public bathroom, that is just very uncomfortable. The other shower has a door, so I just find that very interesting. But things that I do love about the bathroom is it's actually heated, so it is warm in here, which is funny because that's just kind of a rare thing to have in the winter season. Most of the bathrooms are heated, but they're not very warm at all, and they're not pit toilets, so that's a plus. The water also gets hot, so there are many good things about these bathrooms. And they're clean. They cleaned them this morning, and they also cleaned them this afternoon. So I would give that about 9 out of 10. At least dock a point for the no door on the shower. That's just weird. All right, so I left the bathrooms just to stand in the sun with Barkley and look up the hike. It shows that the one right here is 2 miles long. So it's 2 miles out and then 2 miles back, round trip about 4 miles. So we'll see if we do the whole thing. I didn't bring his backpack, so based on how he's doing, we'll either do 4 miles or something a little bit shorter. It feels amazing out. It is warmer out here than it is in the camper. So I know last video we showed you guys that we were running out of power, and in this one we are actually running out of propane. We can't seem to quite get everything right. We thought we'd have enough. We came here with about like 30%, and running the heater, cooking, and just things like that are eating it up pretty quickly. So I turned the heater off this morning running our electric one, but it doesn't heat it up the same. So we're going on a hike. Staying in Arkansas for these last few weeks has been so nice. Typically around this time we are always in Texas already, and it's been really nice switching it up and being here. We wanted to be somewhere where there was a little bit more camping and areas where we could go for hikes like this, and it's been perfect. Although the weather has been cold, it also would be cold in Texas. We just didn't find the camping areas to be as great, and a lot of people do suggest us to go down to like San Antonio area for camping, but Connor and I have horrible allergies, and whenever we go to that area in this time of year, we are miserable. We are stuffy, runny noses, just all the allergies hit us at once, and usually we get pretty sick. So this year we're doing pretty well and just avoiding that. It's been really nice switching it up just a little bit. Although we're ending up in Texas in about a week, we're enjoying just being in Arkansas and exploring the state. It's really pretty. We see why people live here, and there's a lot to offer. We are about a mile in, and it has been so nice. We're the only ones on the trail, and it is very peaceful. We kind of walk along the water, which is gorgeous over here, and there is not a leaf left on a tree. They are all on the ground, and it is a little slippery, but it's still very fun to be out here. Well, Connor said he's going to be back in about 10 minutes, so Barkley and I just turned around, and then we'll get him and hike the rest of this trail together. We only made it, like I said, a mile in, so it won't take us that much longer to get back. Hopefully he had a good morning. I bet it was pretty cold, and maybe he'll go back hunting again so we can have some meat for the year. Well, good afternoon.
I'm back. No luck, but may go tomorrow morning because it's supposed to be nice weather again, and we're this close, and when do I get the chance to do this very often? So hopefully we can get something tomorrow.
Well, now that the gang is back together, I grabbed Connor and we are going to continue this little hike. I told him it was really pretty, and I only got, like I said, about a mile, so now we'll just do the rest together.
I'm just glad that it's in the sun. This feels so good. My fingers and toes are still kind of thawing out a little bit, and what better way to do that than walking around this area?
Yes. I was thinking earlier though, it's very annoying that we only have about like 6 or 7 hours of daylight, but because of that, it makes you want to soak in the sunny days a little bit more. So if you're thinking that same way, it's just a little bit positive of a way to think about it, because we only have so many hours of the day in the sun, and might as well soak it up outside.
Quite a few pretty large oak trees down over here. This looks crazy. There was one that came down at my dad's property last year about the same size, so I don't know if they had some really big gust winds that did it. Arkansas's ground is so rocky that I think if the roots are kind of wound around different rocks and stuff, it may be pretty easy for them to fall over, but massive trees.
Speaking of rocky, I did just trip back there. So it is very slippery from these dry, crunchy leaves, and then put some rocks underneath it and you're bound to slip. It was funny though.
Arkansas is one of those funny states because I know for a fact there are bears that live in this area because we get them on our cameras at my dad's place all the time. I've never personally seen one, but he has, sitting in a stand one time, and pretty scary moment there. A lot of these rocks have huge cutouts and things, and you just kind of know there's stuff living in there. I don't really want to be the one to find out what, though. There's supposed to be a loop on this trail that ends at a waterfall. It is dry as all get out here. I mean, the lake is so low compared to where it should be. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but it's dry and brown. That's for sure. I think we're almost like 2 miles into this trail, and no idea how far it's going, but it hasn't looped back towards the campground at all, so I'm assuming at least another 2 miles out, which means we're gonna get home right about sunset. Hey, that's okay. Just another early dinner like we did yesterday. This feels good being out on a nice trail walk though. We made it to a new trail. This one is called Shepherd's Loop, and this goes back towards the front of this trail. So we were going the right way. It's always a good sign. It kind of follows the north part of Lake Fort Smith. It's very low right now. It looks just kind of like a river, but I'm sure in a nice rainy season and maybe the springtime, it's a much prettier walk over here. Still about 2 miles back to the camper though. Plenty of sunlight left. Just a good Tuesday. I was wrong. This one's called the Ozark Highlands Trail. The one that we did the first time was Shepherd's Loop, something along those lines. But either way, we're headed back in the right direction. When did we get into a jungle?
I don't know. I feel like we have gone through like 3 different terrain, like super big rocks and then just foresty and now jungle. I mean, these vines have taken over. It's gorgeous, but what the heck?
This is one of those times where I'm just so curious how this got here, because it's just this section, but it's so invasive that it took over this whole area. It's up the top of every single one of these trees and has already killed a few of them. And just like that, we're out of it. It was like maybe 100 yards worth, but solid vine.
Oh. Giving someone a lift. He's doing so good though. We just passed the sign that said we are back on Shepherd's Trail. So we should really only have about 0.5 of a mile left and then we're back at the camper. I'm curious to see how long this actually was. It felt longer than 4 miles, but we'll see.
She may have said this earlier before I got back, and this waterfall looks almost identical to one that we did. We'll link the video there. I don't remember the name of the trail, but she was sure that it was like the same hike, and it looks the exact same. So I understand why. Just no water falling off of it right now. Different trails, same features.
We have noticed that hiking around Arkansas is that most of the hikes are beautiful, but they have some aspects to them that are very similar, especially during this time of year. They're covered in leaves, tons of rocks on the ground and all around you, and just thin, dry looking trees, and a lot of like caves around here. So it can get kind of confusing after a while.
Ah, feels good to be back. Come on, you got it. Go. Good boy.
It is 4:30 and as you can tell, we started getting dinner going. We are pretty hungry since neither of us had lunch and you haven't even really eaten breakfast, so we're cooking. We are doing Mediterranean bowls. I think we've made this with you guys a couple times, but it is just so good and it's just a quick and easy meal for when we are like this. So I'm chopping up some broccoli and cauliflower. Connor is cooking the chicken and the rice.
Big hunk of chicken.
Drill.
Unrealized. Rice tastes good.
That's right. Put your fork in there. Yum. These look good. I like to drizzle a little Caesar dressing on top.
It is the key ingredient. I will give you that. It just kind of makes it. Oh god.
Oh, that and olives really make it a med bowl.
We are eating at 4:57 p.m. Early bird special.
Well, it's like you don't really want to eat dinner when it's pitch black out, so you want to enjoy your view a little bit, and we can see the sunset, just the glow back there. I don't know. We always skip lunch in the winter. It's just how it works. But this is good. Dinner was delicious, and I know I said the sun was glowing, but now it is absolutely on fire. It is gorgeous outside. So we had to get up from the table and check it out.
It's a good thing we had those big windows, because if we were in our old camper, we would not have been able to see this. Last time we stayed here, last year, there was an incredible sunset. Pretty similar to this one. I don't know what it is, but Lake Fort Smith State Park. Not a bad spot.
Good morning. It is just me again here in the camper. Connor went this morning with his dad to go hunt again, so hopefully they come back with some good news, but if not, I hope they had a good time. It is very windy today. I just looked it up on the weather app and it said gusts up to 40-mile-an-hour winds. So it's supposed to be warmer today. It's showing it's already 50 and it's about almost 11 o'clock. But because of the wind, it is showing it is 42 degrees. So I'm heating up some tea, gonna take Barkley out, and Connor and his dad should be back here shortly.
Well, I am back at the camper. As Amelia mentioned earlier, it was a successful day hunting with my dad. This is something that I've started to get a little bit more into over the last year. We went hunting last year and I did harvest a deer, and I told Amelia, let's try all the meat. We process it ourselves. We do all the work around the property to raise these deer and provide them with a sustainable habitat for them. So I was like, let's cook all of the meat that we want to and try recipes and just make sure that she and I actually enjoy the taste of the meat, because I think it is one of the leanest sources of protein out there. Plus, it's so sustainable and it's just cool to be able to use the land that my dad and I have. So this year we're doing it again. It's nice to do. It's always a great time bonding with him, and it's memories that we'll have forever. Plus, it gives us a freezer full of meat and some yummy recipes along the road. I won't show you guys too much of the process, but we will be cooking these meals throughout the next year. So hopefully you're enjoying that. And if you don't like hunting, that's okay too. Just respect the fact that we are doing it and doing it in a respectful and sustainable way. Either way, we're at the camper, but thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video as we do a recap of everything that we have done in 2025, because it will be our last video of the year.
It's a lot. There's a lot of surprises that we go over, so we hope you guys enjoy our next video. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Hope you have a large day.